Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 16 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Nick Villa. Gotta censor that. So I hope you're having a wonderful day, and if you guys want to be house guest of the day, send me a private message. Alright, so Lucy, please. Yesterday, Cody won the power veto. And it was the old, how many of this are there? And then you can stay or fold. And apparently, Donnie was second place in this competition too. So Derek called Donnie out during the competition because I think it was during the first round. Donnie was only off by like 30. So Derek was like, groundskeeper my ass. Really? So anyway, Cody not only won the POV, but he also won a reward, and he chose Nicole and Donnie to join him for a private screening of the premiere episode of Scorpion. So I think Donnie actually said while Cody was trying to figure out who he was going to pick, he was like, you got two starving people here. So he did end up picking Nicole and Donnie, so is he going for those jury votes? I mean, it was a nice gesture, but you gotta wonder if there were some other motives there. So also, like I said, they're gonna get to eat because they are have-nots this week. It's a double whammy for them, so that's cool. And all the douchinators were rejoicing because Cody won the POV, everything worked out perfectly, blah, aren't they wonderful? So let's talk about Team America. There's gonna be a lot of Team America in this spoiler video. So Donnie and Frankie are talking about possible missions, and if you forgot, Donnie was thinking, hey, maybe our task this week should be to keep Team America together, aka don't vote me out. So Frankie's like, yeah, I don't really want to go with your idea, which is basically a big screw you. So Frankie's like, the missions have never been about one person, so we're not gonna do it. So Frankie's like, let's have the house guest put on a play. I thought that these missions were never about one person. Because you know that this play is just a continuation of Frankie's effing 3-month acting audition. Let's be real. So they bring this idea to Derek, and Derek is like, well, we're gonna have to think about it. Like, let's not nail this down right now. Let's think about it. So we'll come back to that. Cody had a little chat with Nicole. He's like, guess what? You're safe this week. Don't put me up next week. He said that Donnie is going home, so Nicole should just like lay low. Don't really campaign. Don't really, you know, churn things up. Which I'm surprised that he did that, because I thought Derek said that they didn't want to tell Nicole because they were hoping that she would say some things that would mess up her game and really put that last nail in the coffin for next week. So I'm a little surprised he did that. But Nicole was like, yeah, thanks for telling me that. If I win HOH in the double eviction this week, by the way, they think it's going to be another double eviction. She's like, I won't nominate you, Cody, whatever, we're cool. So Frankie and Derek were talking again about the Team America mission, and they're like, yes, let's definitely go with your play idea, Frankie. So they're like, we'll make everyone learn lines, and there will be costumes and all this stuff. So they decide that the curtain call is going to be at 9 p.m., just in time for Big Brother After Dark. Boo! So Derek is like, yeah, even if America doesn't like this, Ariana's fans will just vote to give us the money anyway. Gross! Are you kidding me? That is so lame. So, I don't usually vote for these things anyway because I don't really care, but when this vote opens up, I am voting no, and I encourage everyone to do the same. I feel bad keeping that $5,000 from Donnie, but you know what? I think Donnie would appreciate them getting that slap in the face from America. So I say vote no on Big Brother Broadway. So okay, rant over for now. Cody, Donnie, and Nicole got to enjoy their reward last night. So they went up to the HOH room to watch the premiere episode of Scorpion. That's that show on CBS, obviously, with Catherine McPhee. So I'm sure that show will be a real smash. Okay, I actually did watch that show, so I think I'm the only one. But anyway, They also got to enjoy some pizza, yay, and they brought back downstairs some candy and some other stuff from the party. They had this weird toy, I don't know if it was like a Pez or what, but like it was a skeleton and the skull lit up, and it was like a punchy thing. It was really cool, I want one. So they were having some fun with that. And then everyone was just like hanging out in the living room. This cast hangs out in the living room all the time. They are never in the beehive anymore. Apparently it's really uncomfortable. I feel like we definitely called that preseason. We were like, that room looks like ugh. So they're always in the living room hanging out, and I guess they don't really have much to scheme about right now because they all love each other and it's a gentleman's game. So while they were all chilling out on the couches and such, Victoria was sitting next to Cody. And she was like rubbing on his leg the way that they all do that. But then her hand kept getting higher and higher and higher. And eventually she was getting pretty close to his stuff. So it seemed like he was a little uncomfortable. He like repositioned himself. He was like, ooh, too close. So this whole time I was just waiting for Christine that too. For Christine to start shooting laser beams out of her eyes. For real, I was just waiting for a pew, pew, pew to strike Victoria down, but it didn't happen. So last night, Victoria also kept saying like, oh my God, Nicole, you saved my life when you found me in the bathroom, because she was really close to fainting. And if she had passed out in there, who knows when they would have found her, because I don't think that camera goes on in the bathroom until like there's two people in there or somebody's like not going to the bathroom in there. So it's true, like who knows how long she could have been in there, but it's still a little dramatic. But Nicole is like embarrassed about the whole situation because she is training to be a nurse and she just couldn't wait for that medic to take over. But to be fair, Lucy, please. To be fair though, I don't blame Nicole because she was like, yeah, I panicked and I started crying because they are all like family now, and that must have been really scary to open the door and see Victoria on the floor. You know it has to be serious to lie on the floor next to that toilet because that toilet is disgusting. So I don't blame her. But let's go back to Team America. They reconvened to talk about, you know, finalizing that mission for sure. So they were all three talking, and Frankie's like, it would be too risky and too suspicious for us to campaign for you to stay this week, Donnie. Which, I mean, this should be like a telltale thing, because if it would be suspicious for them to campaign for Donnie to stay, then that is absolutely confirming that they have been against Donnie this whole time, because why else would it be suspicious? So, I mean, it was obvious before, but now it's like, yes. So Donnie knows. And Donnie's like, well, I would only need one more vote if the two of you voted for me, so like it wouldn't be that difficult. And you know that it wouldn't be that difficult because they could just be like, yep, we're getting rid of Donnie. I mean, we're keeping Donnie. And they would be like, okay. That's how it's been all season, but they're like, no, we can't do it. So Derek's like, yeah, it's not looking good for you, man. They don't want to do it. They want him to go home. So Frankie's also like, oh, America wants to see something fun, and this has to be completed before the power veto ceremony. So Donnie's like, well, production already cleared my plan, so like it is possible, we could do it. And Frankie's like, well, we can worry about saving you later, or never. So Frankie leaves the room. Derek and Donnie have a little chat alone. Again, Derek is explaining like, no, it would be too out of character for us to campaign for you to stay. So that conversation ended, and Derek starts freaking tearing up. It was so lame because I'm sorry, I don't believe it. And Victoria and Caleb find him like crying, and they're like, oh, what's wrong? So Derek is like, oh, well, I feel bad because Donnie's such a great guy outside of this house, blah, blah, blah. I'm so sure you feel bad, and that's why you talk so much crap about him behind his back. Okay, so Frankie, meanwhile, was bringing up the whole Big Brother Broadway thing to some of the house guests, and they were like, he was like, let's portray the first 8 evicted house guests. And then they were like assigning roles. And this is what they came up with. Caleb was going to be Brittany. Derek as Devin. Nicole as Hayden. Frankie as Amber. Cody will be playing Zach. Christina, Paula. Donnie, Jocasta. And Victoria, Joey. Alright, so this morning... Oh, wait, no. It was this afternoon because they don't get up in the morning anymore, except for Donnie. More about Big Brother Broadway. There were a few role changes. Donnie switched over to Devin, and then Derek was going to be Jocasta. And then, wait, there were more role changes because no one could decide who they were going to be. And I'm like, forget it. Forget it. I'm not going to go through that again. So I will just tell you guys tomorrow after the fact who everyone portrayed because I can't do it. So Frankie was working on the script and he was like, yeah, everyone is going to do these monologues as if they were in the diary room. Oh, it's just so awful. So then Derek and Frankie were talking alone at the dining room table, and from their conversation, it appears that the diary room was not impressed with their choice of mission. And again, they were like, well, we don't really care because we're gonna have all of Ariana's votes. I just really hope that it's a big fat fail. So it looks like there was some more fan interference. More fan interference. There was a person with a bullhorn shouting over the fence again. So of course they were sent on an indoor lockdown. And this time, it appears that the fan said, Frankie is the saboteur and not to be trusted. Oh snap! And there were quite a few people outside when this happened, and I know for a fact that Caleb and Cody heard what was said, and I think they were talking about it. They didn't want to say outright what was said because they could get in trouble with it. You know, there's been a lot of that this season, and I think Big Brother is like ready to crack down hard on that stuff. So also they're thinking like, oh, maybe it's like an angry Donnie fan who's trying to flip the vote. So I don't know. I don't know. It should be interesting to see if they talk about it anymore. But we'll definitely keep an eye on that. And tonight, of course, BB Broadway is supposed to happen. And tomorrow is also the Power Veto ceremony. So we'll have a lot to talk about then. And until tomorrow, much love. Edit.